care to get up again. But I won't spend my whole life philosophizing. I just take what's mine and want it. Destiny be damned. You and I, the worlds are free to run, ignoring all the signs. Jump their lies, crossing over, join together, headlines. When I will it be is done on time, and the alpha of the black will hit again. Yeah, in the light, I'm running the circle of time. I'm deciding, fate is irrelevant. Yeah, in our hearts and our veins, starting action. They can't contain anymore. We can't escape. Fate is only in your mind. Do you really know what you want to get out from this? From this hell, you can't escape. Fate is only on design, deep in your mind. Running the circle of time, I'm deciding, fate is irrelevant. Yeah, in our hearts and our veins, starting action. They can't contain action. They can't
Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Welcome to it. It is Tuesday night, crazy 8's off our regular access for this week because we wanted to give the homies that celebrated Eid yesterday, you know, some time to enjoy the day, spend time with family, kick back, because, you know, sometimes you gotta celebrate, you know, the finer things in life. But we are back at it today, and guys, I don't know if you saw this bracket, but this bracket is looking nasty for the comeback. So I'm gonna let you guys have a look at it quickly. Shout outs everybody in the chat. Yo, I look super pale and pasty. Maybe these lights are too bright. Let me see. No, not that one. Not that light, chat. Ah, there we go. Closer to my natural color. Maybe like so. As I was saying, bracket looks like... Not like that. It wants me to verify if I am human, chat. I am indeed human. Oh boy. See if we can get your bracket visual updated quickly. Give it a moment. No? Not that one? Dang! Just hate it when that happens, chat. Absolutely hate it. There we go. That looks more like it. Five the bot. They wouldn't let me post the bracket, Mers. Shout out to Mers, champion of the community. Reaper with a deuce raid. So we got Kybron up against CRZY and Lalpak up against Jabi. A return to the local community-based action after his Capcom Cup showing. Shout out to Jabi for reminding Tokido who owns his soul. Sequela versus Juno, Morambi versus by GFK. I was gonna talk cack about Morambi, but I'm still gonna talk cack about Morambi because Morambi thinks I'm in the business of bracket fixing. That I somehow rig the bracket against him every week. Like I have a vendetta where I just want to see this man play Geefs. When I really don't, chat. I really don't want to see this man suffer. The way he's been suffering in these brackets, but be that as it may. Ah, too bright! Ah, my eyes! Try that again. So it's definitely this light over here. Okay, there we figured it out. There we go, there we go. You have arrived indeed. Okay, so if you don't know how the things go for Crazy 8's, basically works like this: one round of pools. I'll show you your brackets again. So that's your pools. All the pool matches conclude, decides winners and losers, and once your pools are decided, then we go into your normal bracket as per traditional top 8 FGC seeding. But other than that, chat, how have you guys been? I'm absolutely stoked for 21 days. I don't know if you guys can hear the background music. Maybe I should juice it a little. You guys hear the jazzy vibes in the back? I had an absolute banger of the time with City of the Wolves this weekend that just passed. Fatal Fury music, oh yeah. Thank you so much, baby. Shout outs to Mrs. Five chat. Always on time. Just, you know, taking care of homies while we stream. Making sure we well nourished for the next 2.5, maybe 3 hours. Haida! Welcome back, my brother. Welcome back. Shout out to all my Muslim gang celebrated yesterday. So it is going to be Kybron versus CRZY. I don't know if these guys need an invite to the room because it really never ever changes. Like if you've played here before, like the code is the same all the time. So let me just add the homies quickly. I'm curious to hear some thoughts, man. What did you guys think of City of the Wolves? But to everybody that well, I can't say enjoyed it because that might be a biased take on my side because I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Footage on the channel, by the way. Go there to videos, go to like past streams from the last 3 days. Go and watch my cheeks get absolutely clapped by Dure and Otaru for like almost 2 hours straight. Oh, that was demoralizing. There's no way that character makes it into the main release of the game in that state because that character is broken as fuck. But I had a swell time with B Jenny. I'm actually an Afro Elvis joiner. I cannot wait for the main release for my big dog, Kushnut Bat, aka Marco Rodriguez, for other parts of the world. But down here in Cape Town, here in the home turf, where we played that shit in corner stores, he was Mr. Kushnut Bat. I feel like maybe they changed it because butt is an offensive term. I don't know why. Why is it Ronaldo in City of the Wolves? Because the Adams own SNK, my guy. How else do you think about this? You take one of the most recent footballing icons, right? Debatable GOAT of his generation, right? And you put him as a character in a fighting game. That is going to do more for your game than any marketing budget you can ever think of. Think of everybody who knows Ronaldo, and then think of how niche fighting games are. Immediately you've exposed your fighting game to Ronaldo's entire audience, past, present, whether they're people that know him from his stint in the Arabian League, whether it's people that know him from... Understand the power that that man's tweets have. Like, that man's social media interaction generates millions of engagement. How else do you put a product front and center in the eyes of people who have no idea what the fuck Fatal Fury is? That game came out in 1999. That was the last time we had a Fatal Fury game, right? The absolute last time that game was relevant in any way, shape, or form. 26 years later, you drop a sequel to that game. Fighting games went through the dark ages, and the only thing people recognize now, MK, Tekken, Street Fighter. 3 games. Now, as a company with a rich legacy and history of fighting games like SNK, pioneers of the industry, owned by Saudi. Who owns Ronaldo's paycheck? Saudi! So of course they're gonna tell mans, listen brother, part of your paycheck, a little bit of marketing campaign for this company we have vested interests in. What is Ronaldo gonna do? Maybe when people pay you millions, what are you gonna be like? No, I don't wanna be in a football game. I mean, it's just an extension of his legacy. No other football player in the modern industry can say they were in a fighting game. The last sports person we had in the game was LeBron in Multiverses. Ronaldo's gonna save the FGC, guys. Ronaldo win a World Cup? Nah, bruh, that ship has sailed. The only way Ronaldo wins a World Cup now is as part of the coaching staff. But I don't think Portugal have the chops. Zlatan in Tekken. Perfect. Zlatan fits right in. There's no one that I want to see the Tekken game more than Zlatan. Believe me, the mix is going to be insane. Imagine Zlatan on Heat. He's gonna win EWC. He's winning the World Cup. Okay, Buzz, I ain't gonna hold you. I see you. Winning the Esports World Cup is the only World Cup he's gonna win. Hey, nah. I mean, Messi does have that accolade above him, right? Like the GOAT debate between Messi and Ronaldo. That one is always gonna be like, I got a World Cup, you don't. Bring Ronaldinho to plus R. Mix for days, my guy. Can you imagine what Ronaldinho is gonna do with RC? Advanced forever plus on block, bruh. Forever and ever and ever. So Jujubin is in the lobby. Let me reach out to Kybron. GFK responded to me. What did GFK say? YouTube link. Yo, GFK, I don't think the YouTube multi-stream shit is back up. It's giving me an unauthenticated message and it's asking me to re-authenticate, so I'm not gonna do that now when I'm live, GFK. My apologies to all the YouTube joiners who were joining the multi-stream shit. I do apologize. Multi-stream is broken. Is broken. Lord. I need to eat a sandwich, chat. My typing skills just went out the window. Where's Youngblood Kybron? Shoutouts to Kybron, man. Dude won the McDonald's regional that went down a few weeks ago. Man bagged himself with like 2.5 grand. So yeah, shout outs to Goliath Gaming though for putting on the McDonald's championships around the country. They're going and touring all over the country in all major metros, bringing FC 25. It still feels cringy saying that. I just prefer to say FIFA because it's always going to be that. Thank you, baby. Oh, thank you, my love. Nomini Patris Spiritus Sancti. If you know, you know, chat. This shit's delicious. Okay, let's see what's popping with Kyber. If not, then I think maybe we should just move on in the bracket, man. Yo, Merz, can you reach out to Kybran and just ask him if he's ready to go? If not, then we can just move on to Jabi and Lyle and get the brackets going. It is 9 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. How was everyone's Eid? Eid was beautiful. I'm not Muslim, but my family celebrates, so when I say it's beautiful, I say that sincerely from the bottom of my heart because they're still my family. Gang, gang. 5 fam represent. Okay, chat, I'm just gonna slide over to the footage quickly. Okay, you know what? Let's give Kybran 2 more minutes. Well, let's give him until 5-2. We're both streaming Capcom games. You busy playing Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's lekker, bruh. It's just not for me. I love what Capcom did with that game. Like, the thrill of chasing massive monsters around and slaying them. There's no way that that's not fun. It's like the most fun you can have. But not for me, man. I just don't like the control scheme. And I think I said this to you in the DMs, Reaper, that when I play a third-person game, right, I expect the game to handle like God of War, Stellar Blade, Wukong, Lies of P. Oh, you were streaming Resident Evil Remake. I've never played a Resident Evil game outside of, I think, the ones that were available on PS1. It's like the horror shooter or the action horror genre was just never something that grabbed me. Because fighting games were amazing in the 90s, man. Like, I was into shit like Star Gladiator, I was into shit like Ninja Masters, I was into Aggressive Dark Combat, World Heroes, Samurai Showdown, Street Fighter. Like, there were just so many good fighting games to play. Power Instinct, Kabuki Clash, Savage Rain. Like, SNK were just shitting out fighting games. Like, dude, it was crazy. The output of SNK games in the 90s, that run is unrivaled. Like, the amount of franchises that they birthed between 1991 and the eventual implosion in the early 2000s is insane. Metroid. Outside of Metroid on Super NES Sequele, I've never played another Metro game. Primal Rage. Oh! The Sub-Zero Gorilla was my guy. I also enjoyed the Velociraptor quite a bit. Dude, talking about Primal Rage, Bloody Raw. I feel like if ever people were going to bring back a franchise, I feel like Bloody Raw is the one. That game's concept was just insane. Like, your fighter fights as a human and then you transform into the beast version and then you just go absolutely ham with a completely different kit. That was fighting game pioneering at its finest. Okay, I think that Juju and Kybran can run this set later because I'm not getting any response from Kybran. So let me hit Jabi and Lau up and then they can run their set. Can anybody add Lyle in the group? What is Lyle's handle in the group chat? Because I can't find it. Anyway, I'm gonna slide over to the fridge quickly, get myself a beverage, take a bite of the sandwich while we wait for this first match to start. Okay, Lyle is in here. Okay, chat. Let's get these games going, man. Oh, I love that song so much. Oh, can't wait until that soundtrack comes out on the 24th. Apparently, there's 24 tracks. And SNK cooked with that soundtrack, by the way. SNK got like world-class DJ money now. They got Ronaldo money. Thierry is busted. Javi with the jokes. Chat, please let me know what is your game audio like. Lekker. Yeah, sorry, I switched the music off, dude. My apologies, man. Game music solid? Damn! I looked down to take a bite of the sandwich. Lila's up 1 round. Sweet, thanks for confirming, Giuseppe. Shoutouts, Giuseppe! One of the things that has really stuck out to me after playing City of the Wolves this weekend is how faithful Capcom are to faithfully recreating Terry and Mai inside of Street Fighter 6. Like, the amount of accuracy is insane. Oh, wrong one. Wrong banner chat. Agatos, crazy 8's. Now with the first game, damn. Lal trying to send Javi to losers? Titty's bastard left the room. Wait, hold up. Failed to retrieve spectating data. Let me hear from Javi. Stains! What say the Beast in Cape, my guy? How you been? Hey, Jabby says the game kicked him out. So we just wait for him to come back. Lau is up 1. No City of the Wolves beta upload? Shit. I need to fix that. My apologies, guys. I'm gonna do that tonight after stream, Giuseppe. I'm gonna let that thing run in the background because got an early day tomorrow. Guys, if there's one thing I don't want to exaggerate on, but I've always been a terrible sleeper. And when I say terrible sleeper, I mean like my brain, the lights go on at night. Like around this time in the night, like I start having creative ideas and my brain starts going into overdrive, right? And what that normally means is my brain starts to only lose gas around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning and the next day, right? And I recently switched because I realized that the age that I am now, 41-year-old me, my body don't like that shit no more. And I've been getting proper sleep, and I'll say like for the last maybe 2-3 years, I've been averaging like 5 hours, 6 hours sleep maximum. And now that I'm sleeping 7 hours, holy shit. Like, I don't want to oversell it, but if you feel like you don't have enough energy to make it through the day and you feel like life is just a little bit rough and you know, there's just, you don't just feel yourself, like try clocking 7 hours of sleep. That shit's amazing. I don't know about you guys, but that shit does wonders for me. Like if you still getting by on 5 hours, 6 hours, do your thing, man. I ain't trying to send you to bed early. I ain't your daddy. But speaking from experience, a solid 7 hours. Oh boy. Look at all the energy I have. 8 o'clock. And I'm still pumping full of 7 hours of rest. And you like your waking hours. If it's 24 hours in a day and you sleep like for 7, right? Then your waking hours are like 17. You at work for like 8 and then you have like the rest of those hours to commute, get home, do shit. It's insane. 7 hours of sleep. It's like my remedy for life right now. Pro tip, use it, don't use it. Back to these matches, man. Father Time is undefeated. Spoken like a true elder statesman. From the research I've done, Sequele, I can verify that. Since the Renaissance and the Industrial Age, when capitalism started digging its claws into our everyday society, that's when I think the set amount of hour rule came in. Because before that we were hunter-gatherers. Yeah. I don't know, but they can hear me. Like when it comes to like societal constructs, right? And how we've been conditioned by capitalism and how society is set up. What the fuck? Apologies, chat. It's still summer in Cape Town, and I just had, you know, the kakalaka with the wings. Motherfucker just jump scared my ass. Meet doom, asshole.
Your downfall, Mamo.
Round 2. Fight.
I don't know about you guys, but like a crawling cockroach, I'm steak gefrit. I have no fear. But when I see that thing open its wings, that thing catch me off guard, bruh. All of a sudden I'm reconsidering all the curse words I just held at his ancestors. Damn, Lyle's up another round. Oh! Oh wait, it's Jabby. My thing was wrong. There we go. Perfect bait on the OD amnesia. Hold this corner pressure. I hope you like rising tacos.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, what a perfect parry on the ground wave. Throws Jabby into the corner. Dynamite turkey. Okay, Lal looking for the pickup. Spends all the cash. Jabby looking for the kill switch. Ooh, gets clipped. Wait for the Buster Wolf. He's in burner. No! Lal with the robbery.
Is that it then?
Round on the board. Dynamite turkey. Dude, I'm convinced we, because of the localization in Japanese when they were pronouncing things in English. Like, we just heard things wrong, bruh. Okay. Lyle is zoning the shit out of Jabi. Oh, but may the tables turn ever in your favor. Oh, baits out to level 1. Clean DR in. Max damage combo incoming. Damn! Jabi with the highlight reel shit. How much damage was that combo? I mean, Jabi did say Terry is busted, like, not gonna lie. Man wasn't joking when he said Terry is busted, because that combo was busted as fuck. He's not top tier. I'm gonna agree with you there, Morambi. I think it's more case of the pilot. Jabi is flying a passenger plane like a Concorde, my guy. He is not missing a beat. So, moving on bracket-wise, chat. Let me just update these scores. Has anybody heard from Noodles? Mr. Kybron himself. Jabi takes that 2-1 over Lyle. Mac moves on winner's side. Your bracket should be updated. Okay, next up we're gonna get CRZY versus Juno. And then we'll get Morambi versus GFK. That gives Kybron and Jujubin some time to get their shit in order. So we'll be moving along. Nerf Jabi, impossible, my guy. Lau definitely put up. Lau was cooking, dude. Like, that one interaction changed the outcome of that entire game. Like, Lau, don't be sad about the outcome, bruh. Like, you went toe to toe and you put up an absolute banger of a fight, my guy. I feel sorry for whoever's gonna meet you in the losers bracket. Yep, so next up we are going to get CRZY versus Juno. Juno's also nice like that. I played Juno's Mai in City of the Wolves this weekend. He's definitely cooking. Like, he's one of those players that I have my eye on. Like, the longer and the more familiar he gets with the game and its systems, like, you can see that's when he really starts to shine through, like, what he's capable of. Lyle, you like in your early teens, dude. Like, don't feel pressure on any kind of way, dude. You going toe to toe with people that have been playing this game much longer than you. Like, I don't know what your history is with fighting games, but from what I understand, you're like 15 or 16. If I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the info. I'm just going off hearsay. Maybe you can verify that for chat as well. But definitely one of the most exciting young players in our country. You are 13. Dude, you're fine. Like, don't even stress, bruh. You're 13 years old and you're going toe to toe with one of the best Street Fighter players on planet Earth right now, my guy. As a 13-year-old, I am scared of what you are going to be like when you turn 18. If you keep playing this game at this level, I foresee you in Capcom Cup within the next 3 to 5 years, my dude. Match, Mr. Art Department. Okay, so CRZY cooking with the purple gift pants. Yo, this my color is hot though. I like granny pants, my. This color is hot. Yeah, OBS is doing some wild shit again. Like, I swear, whenever they release updates for OBS for stream elements, there's always like this weird teething phase for like 2 to 3 days for like the software to settle in. and I did an update like 2 days ago, so I'm pretty sure it's still settling in. But then again, like OBS is just erratic. Like one day it will work fine, some other days it will just tweak out for no reason. Oh, pulls the trigger on the enhanced, but did not connect on that time. So Quail is stoic as always, just allowing his opponents the maximum amount of space before he tightens the grip. What do you mean 5 showing his age? I'm not shy about the fact that I'm old in comparison to the younger generation. I'm content with where I am, bro. Please excuse the chew, chat. It's been a long day, man. Yeah. I like a little gray hair. That's sexy, my look at that grey hair. Reminds me of Jean Grey from X-Men in the 90s. Why did Juno burn out though? For style points, my guy. That's the thing though, like after playing Ken for so long, I feel like I need to try a new character in this game as well, but I'm not feeling any one of the current costs, so I mean besides Theory, because I'm like an SNK fanboy. Oh, loud! You gotta, I mean, Juno, cash out, my guy, cash out, big time. Level 3, will it kill? Juno stays alive. In waifus we trust. Fight the next set we must. Like Mai's a fun character, don't get me wrong, bro. And that's one of the things that I love about the modern era of fighting games, right? Developers are hyper aware of the fact that people like me have families. We are considering putting our kids to university. You know, they're taking into consideration that they need to lock in the next generation of Lyles and Arts and Freezy Pops and Fives, so that fighting games can continue to grow. And fighting games have, yeah, like the FGC has been on an upward trajectory. Like I'm gonna say from 2019, we've seen like this uptick in the popularity of fighting games. And I think like fighting games where they are now, this is like as close to the 90s levels of hype that we've seen, where we have a hype Tekken game, we have a hype Street Fighter game, we have a hype SNK game, MK1 is doing MK things, and that sort of opens the landscape up for other developers now to start taking risks and shit, right? Even Capcom has been doing ridiculously well, not just with Street Fighter but with Monster Hunter, the Resident Evil remakes, so they can afford to drop games like Exo Primal that don't really meet sales expectations, take these risks on IPs that we wouldn't otherwise have, because dev cycles for games these days are so long that we probably won't get another Street Fighter game maybe until like 2028, 2029 maybe, when the PS6 drops. I don't even want to know what Nvidia is going to charge for the graphics card by the time the next Street Fighter game comes out, and that game is gonna look like the pixels are sitting in your lounge, like the hyper realism. Who knows? Maybe we even play Street Fighter with like VR visors or some shit, and you just input the commands in your brain. How wild is that gonna be? I digress. 2XKO. I feel a bit soured by the fact that that game is only releasing with 10 characters, but I also understand like that game has been in development for so long. Oh, Juno, you overextended there, my guy. You cannot do that. You played that round so well. All you needed was confirm to close it out. Now you have to play another round. Coming back to 2XKO, I feel like that game has been in development so long that Riot are just at this point where let's get this IP out and then we can just patch it and include it as we go along. Because they've created such a deep layer of systems and mechanics and tag systems and being able to play the game as a one-on-one and like all these different systems. I can't even remember the names of all these systems and how they interact with the different characters and how it changes the gameplay, that I feel that the mechanics might have enough to carry us until they keep dropping characters. And if we know anything about Riot do have the ability to drop a character like every 2 months. But when it comes to the FGC, especially for the tag fighter, I don't know how long people are going to be gracious of the fact that there's only 10 characters. Know what I mean? CRZY! Moving on over Juno winner's side. CRZY takes that 2-1. Juno, you had that, my guy. I don't know what caused you to overextend with that DP giving CRZY that round, but let's see you figure it out on loser's side, man. Okay, there we go. So let's see what your bracket looks like real quick. Let me queue up. Man, I just want to take a moment to say shout out to the creators of Hitbox, Leverless Gang. Shout out. Big fan of Leverless controllers. Finally settled in with my one. Yeah, man. Murambi versus GFK. After that, it's going to be Kybron up against Juju Bine. Miss input. Oh, bro, I hate losing to miss inputs. That's one of the criticisms that I have for SNK. SNK need to fix that bullshit input reader that was giving me DP inputs instead of fireball inputs on my Tiri combos. Because of how the buffer system works these days, like that shit is just... Okay, Murambi's here. Let me just send GFK an invite. Jabi in training room, not taking any breaks whatsoever. Okay, we're still poolside for Crazy 8's this evening, chat. Next match is going to be, I think, an Akuma versus JP. I think GFK plays JP as well. I know he has another pocket character. He got a miss input and it went downhill from there. I know the feeling, bruh. That's one of the worst feelings. And speaking about the worst feelings, like, there's nothing worse than having your expectations for the game, right? Like you said, Art. And you potentially were hoping that your character was going to make it into the launch version of the game, and then the devs cut the game from like 14 characters down to 10. Yep. And I mean, they're dropping the game for free, right? So once the game is in people's hands, then they'll be able to start concentrating on getting the balance of the characters out, because I'm pretty sure these characters are probably in a functional state. But because they keep refining the game and the mechanics to the point where they are now, because from like the last Alpha Lab, they've gathered like a lot of information from what people liked and disliked. So I think release the game in its current state, get it into people's hands, and then get real-time feedback from what the community actually wants, and then you can have like a more hands-on approach in making the game that the community wants. I've never played League, so I don't know what Riot's stance is to community feedback, but I do know that they rebalance their games quite often, and they are not scared to nerf and buff as they go along when they see that certain characters are doing too well in the meta. So let's see if they take the same approach with 2x KO, man. Still feels cringy to say. I just prefer calling it Project L. Oh, Murambi. Oh, he survived the first DI. Murambi, I don't know what mojo you have, my guy, but if you don't fight a GIF, then you fight a JP. Like, those two characters are always in your path, bruh. Almost always roadblocking you. I'm just grabbing another bite of the sandwich here, chat. It's looking at me with love in its eyes.
Care to hear how this ends? In ruin.
JP wins.
Has anyone heard from Noodles? I just wanna make sure because the GFK and Murambi match is underway. Hey! What up, fam? Okay, Murambi up around. I'm down 2 sandwiches. Got to chug some delicious mango and peach to wash that all down. And I should be solid for the rest of the evening, man. You say you passed out, Noodles. You got your learners or your license, my guy? Oh, Murambi! Letting GFK know. I ain't to be fucked with, boy.
Akuma wins.
Get your PS ass the fuck out my game. 1 game apiece. Somebody go into losers!
Cease and desist.
Okay. Oh. Oh, gets the cross up. Does not spend the meter. Should have spent the meter. Gets the overhead. Murambi takes another round. Potential final round. GFK, what you got in the bag, homie? I see you with the pumpkin. Looking all dapper and shit. I like JP's outfit 3 more though. This whole distinguished gentleman, it suits his character's arrogance. But I like the whole I've been in a monastery in Nepal look better. Okay. We equal on rounds, we equal on games. This one can go either way. Axe handle to the noggin. Murambi early push to the corner, cashes out the life savings. But I'm making investment in your face. Okay, Mamushka. Can he make him dance? Oh, what a wake up parry by Murambi. Back throw. Baits out the level 1. Okay, Murambi. You kicked some ass, taking some names. This motherfucking roach has the audacity to be alive. I'm about to doom his ass again. I don't know why he's flapping wings here, making noises. The great equalizer. Let me just handle business right quick, chat. Die! 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 Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, I need to spectate. To Japan! Man, I love the future of South African competitive fighting games. We got Noodles, we got Jujubin, we got Lyle, we got Giuseppe, we got Juno, we got the Freezy Pops of the world, we got the Giuseppes. Like all you young guns out here. You guys the next generation, bruh. Must carry the torch. 1 second. No rush, my bro, no rush. Juju been rocking the Jamie? Yeah, this is gonna be our last pool match for the evening. After this, we're going to descend into full bracket chaos. Cabron. Beans and noodles. It's a food fight! Speaking about food and fights, I'm sufficiently filled from that wonderful sandwich my wife made me and then coming back to fights. Red Bull Kumite this week in chat. Mark the Shark, Illusion Gaming's very own squad. Shout out to the Sharky boy. Mark the Shark is going up against Takamura in the last chance qualifier for Red Bull Kumite this weekend. I think that is first to 5. I think it's Kumite format. So please go and support our boy. It's always wonderful when you see your countrymen go and participate at international events on the global stage. Up until this point, the world has only known the African giant, Mr. Jabi M from Goliath Gaming. So this weekend, Mark the Shark from our Illusion Gaming camp has an opportunity to introduce the world to the fact that we out here, man. They just don't know about us. They must become wise. Also, I don't know about you guys, but this is some delicious shit. My son recommended it. What do you mean it looks different this year because there's losers this time around? Did they change the format from single elim to double elim? That's interesting because for an event of that nature, it only makes sense that you have a format like that. Jujubin proudly supporting Mark with his Red Bull gives you wings banner. Okay. Damn. That man stuck in 2 drinks in the time that I said Red Bull. So Jujubin is a Jamie main. And he has brought his Blanca up to the same level. Juju is at Grandmaster level. Shit. Y'all really be playing this game like that, eh? I'm gonna lie, chat. I love fighting games like with all my heart and soul, but fighting games are probably the things that I play the least because I enjoy playing fighting games with friends, if that makes sense. It's the old arcade syndrome in me. Like, you used to go to the arcade, meet your homies, used to play together. And now, because of how online works and because of how games have changed, you can just play sets with your friends infinitely and like never run out of money to throw into the machine. If you know, you know. So whenever I play games alone, I'll be playing things in my library, like my third-person action library. I just dip into that bag. And the next game I'm waiting for is out in 20 days, man. Super hyped for City of the Wolves. I had so much fun with that game this weekend. No, now that I look at Cammy's moveset and I look at the outfit that she's wearing, she kinda reminds me of B Jenny. I don't know if SNK modeled B Jenny after Cammy. Very likely possibility now that I look at her. You're gonna hit the Fatal Fury game too? Yeah. One of the most fun fighting games I've played in a long time, Stains. The Ronaldo memes are gonna be legendary, brother. And Ronaldo's base roster. I wonder how long that meme is gonna last though. Oh! What? Juju has those reactions. Nah, son. Nah, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy. That man reacted to a reaction. God damn. Oh, character switch. Let me spectate in the interim. That was crazy. Jamie top tier Stains was right. I think that Jamie's cracked once you get him up to 4 drinks, bruh. But nobody is gonna let you get Jamie to 4 drinks. Okay, Juju with the 1 bar. Okay, Cabra needed a moment. Compose himself, gather his thoughts, think about that last interaction. How it played out, what he could have done differently. I like that Juju's always keeping Jamie on 2 drinks. 3 drinks. Okay. Woo! Big punies! Hit him with the B-boy stance. Oh, nobody home for the grab. Nice back dash. Side of Kyberon. Oh! Gets checked. That's one of the things that I didn't miss in City of the Wolves. There was no crouch medium kick drive rush. You had to work for everything, and everything that you got felt super satisfying once you converted from it. And seeing the levels that people were able to optimize their characters like in that short window feels very exciting for when the game is actually out, like what people are going to cook up. Okay, I agree. Spend the bar, put him in burnout, let your own drive bar recover, give yourself some time to set up these layers. Oh, he's not in burnout. Ampada. Oh, you baited. Yep. Just hang back, man. Patience. Sometimes you don't need to go to the fight, man. Let the fight come to you. Okay, this is game number 2. 2 rounds apiece. Noodle's not out of this yet, aka Kybron. Oh, what a perfect parry. Damn, he snuck in 2 drinks. I like that Juju is able to find interactions and scenarios where instead of pressurizing with Oki or continuing a block string, he finds an opportunity to squeeze in a drink, and like he's always keeping this drink meter at 2. And I'm not sure what 2 drinks does for Jamie, but it feels like 2 drinks is like the sweet spot where Jamie's like a real character. We know at 4 drinks he's busted. Oi! Nice whiff punish. 1 game apiece. Oh! And you can see these two play often, bruh. They don't really leave much gaps. Like there's almost little to no openings. Every time Juju gets a drink, you see Kyber closing the gap immediately because he knows. He's trying to keep his friend sober because his friend has a problem. He's an accountability partner. Okay, now his friend is thoroughly shit-faced. No level 2. Woo! Nobody home. Kyber up around. It was looking like it was Juju's 3 rounds ago. Now it's looking like it's Skybron's. Ooh, got the crouch medium kick. Could have had the extension, but his drive bar. Okay, he's out again. Okay, we punish. B-boy stands. Drink number 2. Juno is ready with the punish for the dive kicks. Letting Kybron know, I see you. Try that bullshit. I got a punish for your ass. Okay, now it's the guessing games. Lands 2. Lands 3. Juju said, fuck nah, not again. Okay. Has the full range of all his drunken motions. Safe jump. Oh, got to confirm, could have got the kill, but the 1-2 check. Juju been sobering up for the final round of your pools for CRZY. Whoops, sneaks in one, gets thrown. Okay, the last time we saw the sequence, he took 3 throws and then got drunk. 50% of his health gone. Oh, that could have been such a big punish. Okay. Hooligan throw into level 3. This might kill. Ah, Kybron with the ghetto perfect. Well played, man. Well played. So, once Chalons let me update these scores, we'll have a look at your bracket right quick fast and figure out what is going to happen next. So, winners games do not take place until the losers games have concluded. So that was 2-1 to Kybron. Okay, bracket looks like so. So it's going to be Juno versus GFK, Lyle versus Juju. Then we're gonna hop up to winners. We're gonna get Kybron versus Jabi, Sequele versus Murambi. Then we're gonna dip down to our loser side, continue our matches all the way through until loser semis. Then we'll get winners, losers, and grand finals for our first 3 matches and run it straight one shot. So Juno is in the room. Let me invite GFK right quick. Where's homie? There's homie. Just want to plug Hot 52. Air controllers the shit, man. Okay, and so the real show begins. Ooh. Juno, DI reactions, gets round number 1. Okay, now it's for all the marbles, chat. You lose and loses, your run comes to an end. Oh, nice check. I don't know if that move is plus, but the way Juno is using it, it's probably trying to knowledge check his opponent. Mamushka maxes out of the level 2. Oh, Juno, you know the tech. You got the OS. Yep, JP does not have an anti-air that he can throw out at such close range. Juno is not letting this man breathe. Oh, no DP on the jump in. No DP. I was beginning to wonder if he was ever going to DP, but Juno showing GFK some shit and Nui fire. Lighting that ass up, puts game 1 on the board. Can he do 2 straight to advance on the loser side of CRZY 8's? Okay. GFK recognizing that he does not want to dance. What? He does the target combo. Oh, nah, Juno, nah. You cooking, son, you cooking. Okay, doesn't take these throws. Goes for the level 1. Okay, he's enhanced. Needs to be careful. Oh, the dive bomb gets checked. Crouch heavy punch for the win. GFK up around. But everyone could have gone either way, man. That was scrappy. GFK reaching into the JP bag. Trying to get Juno locked into the zone. Good anti-air. Checks the neutral jump. Oh, Juno, you gotta have these reactions, man. You can't let these jump-ins press you like that. Gotta stop that shit. That man is in burnout. You should not be letting that man move like a free bird. Apply pressure. Oh, bites out the amnesia. Can kill from this scenario. Did not have to drop all 3 bars. Could have gone for the EX. Ryu Ranbu into level 1 for the enhanced super. Could have saved 2 stocks. But sometimes the muscle memory kicks in and you autopilot. It's 1 round apiece now. Okay. Sorry, chat, was just checking my phone. See if Mrs. 5 sent me any important text. Gets clipped by the ODM, leaves the GFK up by a landslide. Equalizes the games. We got a barn burner, chat. This one's going down to the yeehaw. Okay. Juno diligent with the defense. Adding all those interactions. Gets the walkthrough and the cross up. Trying to let Juno know. I mean, GFK know. He's here to play some games, man. You gotta lock in those EX Ryu Ranbus, bro. You gotta set up that situation so you can do the level 1 and get that enhanced Shiranui fire, fam. Nice check on the throw. That one bounced. Did not clear. Ooh. Got sniped on his own attempt at the drive rush. Okay. Juno calms the nerves. Puts his foot on the gas. Oof. That command grab is so disgusting. Like, you never know when they're gonna pull that shit out. Okay. Offense is working. Manages to get his life down to 50%. Nice check on the jump. Oh, we got reactions like that, bruh. Level 3. This is not gonna kill, but he's bleeding. Oof. One touchy! Juno! Look at you go. Juno mashing his way into the next phase of his run in Crazy 8's here. Goes 2 over BFK's 1 Tanamera. Let me spectate right quick. Shouts to BFK for showing up for number 27 of Crazy 8's. Juno just kept his foot square on the gas, man. Didn't really allow him to breathe. Just stayed on him the entire time. Smothered him like chocolate on Valentine's Day. Next up is going to be Juju Bean versus Lyle Mack. The battle of the young guns. Man, this is going to be a barn burner. Like, all the matches from here on out, all of them are absolute bangers. Juju versus Lyle. Kyron versus Javi. Sequeli versus Murambi. Whoever comes down from winners into losers is gonna be the winner of this one versus Juno. Like, the match, dude, this bracket is stacked as fuck. Good games indeed, bro. Good games it was, and good games are going to be had. Lau, you in the stream, right? Queue up, my guy. Juju, queue up, queue up. Let's keep it going. I'm patiently waiting for you to whoop that ass. Okay, Lau Mac queuing up as I send the message. Murphy's Law, man. The moment I send the message to say, dudes, it's time to play the game, bro. And then they show up. By the way, I was about to say something fighting game related. Oh yeah. Muzz, you still in the chat, dude. That's what I wanted to say. I wasn't going to say anything offline related. It was, oh wait, shit, I must update names. Muzz, are you guys still doing cell games, bro? I haven't seen any cell games in a while, my guy. Like Tuesday nights is normally the nights, or Tuesday, Thursday nights was normally the nights, Thursdays or Fridays, when I knew I could catch some Dragon Ball action, man. Like you guys, that's on a wait till I'm not busy timing. Ah, damn. But like you and Uni, bro, it looks like. Okay, pause, buddy. Uni and you. I feel like you guys have been like ridiculously busy for 2025, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'd love to see some cell games pop off. I know the TUG guys are holding down the Tekken scene. Shout outs to them. So if you love some Tekken action, the TUG guys host the Southern Bout every Sunday. That's some King of the Hill Tekken action, and that shit is always lit. I'm always lurking in that stream. And season 2 for Tekken 8 just dropped, so their game just got like a whole lot more interesting. Apparently they said that they were gonna give people more defensive options, but like the early information that I've received is like everybody is basically a rushdown character now. So I really want to see what Tekken looks like. Wow. Game on the board. Is Juju gonna reach into the character bag? Nope, sticks with the Blanca. Oof. Okay. Lila's cooking. Yep, that's a Lyle round. Perfect KO. Oh, checks him. Ooh. Oh, gets the pickup. Tekken is going through a phase, like, I feel like the Tekken community are forgetting that traditionally the first 2 seasons of a Tekken game is like a beta version. Damn. Lyle absolutely smoked Juju. First wash for the evening. Juju going 0-2 versus Lyle. Lyle moving on. Bracket looking like that. So we are going to get Kybron up against Jabi. Sequele up against Murambi. And then we're going to dip back down loser's side. We are still first to 2 action all the way. And then just coming back to you with regards to me saying that the first 2 seasons of a Tekken game in the modern era is like the beta version where they introduce all this new shit, introduce all these ridiculously broken characters, and then once they kind of have an idea what the balance is like for the game, that's when they start making like the necessary changes for the longevity of the game. Because what, Tekken 7 ran from 2015, I think it is, until like, what was last year? 2024? So like a full 7 years? No, longer? 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Fucking hell. That game ran for 9 years. It was like 2 years in the arcade. Then it made its way to consoles. And then from console, the game like lived on console through the various iterations. And even the version that we got on console had like to go through like 2 seasons before it eventually became like, okay, now we're playing Tekken. So yeah, man, like the modern era, like because of the internet and how instant gratification has poisoned us, people just expect shit to like, they just want like now on frame data now, on plus frames now, on be plus on block now. But they don't think about like how long this shit takes, because dev cycles, everything works on a schedule. So like they have time set aside to do all this shit because the investors want ROI, man. They want that millions that they put into the game. They want to see dollary dues, man. Grim Joe. What say my favorite espada? Okay, Jabi. Jabi's out here with the Anaconda neutral. Just constricting Kybron's movement. Kybron managed to squeeze the round though. My guy, I am having separation anxiety, brother. I absolutely jizzed the weekend with City of the Wolves, my guy. It was the most fun I've had with a fighting game in a fuck long time. And now the only thing I can think about is 20 days until I can play the game again. Final release. It's insane how divorced they are from actual Tekken. Like the development team, from what I'm seeing, like when they have these Tekken lives, is like they are more focused on refining the new mechanics that they put into the game and making those mechanics work with the existing ideology that we have of what Tekken was up until Tekken 8 came out. And they are sort of charting this path where they want to redefine what Tekken is. And the stalwarts aren't having it, man. And I don't blame them, because it feels like a departure from the game's identity. And nobody likes change. Nobody likes the teething process that change necessitates. Oh, you don't have enough armor to tank through that, my guy. You would have had to parry to avoid that interaction. Jabby takes a game. They want to spectate the game. I agree, dude. Everything is esports. Everything is how much eyes we can get on our game, because the diehards like us, we aren't the target audience. And if we want to change that, then we need to vote with our wallets, man. Street Fighter 6 being throw loop Fighter 6, as frustrating as that is, that isn't the end all and be all of the game. There are certainly matches where it becomes very boring to watch people get thrown to death in a corner, but most of the time you're going to see an interactive game being played. The best esports are still fun to play. MERS at the casual level, the biggest esports games are fun to play, my guy. But at the professional level, the big esports games are toxic as fuck, dude. Insert MOBA here. Insert shooter here. And those communities, oh boy. I'm not going to repeat the slurs I've been called in a Call of Duty lobby. In a fighting game, nobody would ever dare say that shit. Catering fighting games to your core audience and trying to satisfy investors and your core audience, it's always going to be a balancing act, man. Literally and figuratively. Because on the one side, you want to satisfy the people who actually engage with your product and you know what they want. But on the other side, you have a balance sheet that needs to go net positive in order for you to continue making the game that your core audience keeps enjoying. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't, bruh. I don't want to be a fucking developer in this era. Juju, shot for playing, my bro. Shot for pulling up and putting on a show for the people. Shout out to Juju being chat. Show Juju some love, man. Kybron puts up a game. Shooters at every level are toxic. 100% agreed. That's kind of where everybody is going these days, Mers. Gaming is a $229 billion industry, bruh. And everybody's trying to pocket something out of those billions. And when it comes to fighting games, I think we are just scratching the esports itch now. Games like Dota, League, Counter-Strike, what else was there? Rainbow Six Siege. Like all those games, Overwatch, early OWL 2016, 2017, all those games have gone through their teething phases and gone through the ups and downs of players versus investors versus devs. And I think we're only getting there now, dude. That's why they don't let you talk to each other in Street Fighter 6. Probably best, man, bro. But I've seen like the rabid dog shit that people post inside chat. Like I've seen some scary shit, bro. Okay, Javi. Keeping this corner. Oh, the shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah. Wolf your throw when you gon' die today. And most, just to continue that thought there, but I don't think so much that they think about esports. I think that they're thinking about esports, they're thinking about the core audience, they're thinking about the casual audience, and on top of that, they need to think about the board of executives that look at the balance sheet every month and say, hey, we made less money this month than we made last month. What's going on with Harada and Michael Murray? Can we get them into the board meeting so that we can understand why we aren't printing millions? That's a awkward conversation to have, my bro. Jabby moving on. Win aside. Cabron taking the game though. Let's not diminish the results. Let me spectate again because I have a habit of not spectating. Bracket looks a little bit like so. So Cabron up against Juno, interesting match. And then CRZY versus Murambe. Winner of that goes to face Jabi. Loser gets to face Lyle Mac. Bangers all around, man. Banger, 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 banger. Is it you versus Murambe, Lyle? Let me check, bro. Not yet. We don't know who you're gonna play. CRZY versus Murambe first. Damn! I'm glad I switched scenes in time. Bros are just out here. Connections. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold! Did they kick me out again? Oh, it was CRZY. It was not I. Game crashed. Yeah, no stress, dude. No stress, my bro. That's once a day crash. I know, bruh. I know. And like, we can't fault Capcom for it because for the most part, this game, for the amount of people that play it on a daily basis, like, respect, man. You don't build a game that looks this good, plays this good, functions this good without having the occasional glitch here and there. Like, developers are also humans, man. While we wait for CRZY. Okay, we back. Okay. Still winner side. Murambi, I don't know what it is, bruh. If it's not a JP, then it's a Zangief. This is your destiny. This is fate, bro. Doctor Strange went to bargain with Dormammu on your behalf, and in every outcome he saw a Geef and a JP. That's just the life for you as an Akuma player, bro. Ooh. ODDP to get off me, Rambi, trying to clear some headroom, trying to breathe. Clean flame on dip into absolutely nothing. Gets the punish counter off. Trying to look for the shimmy shimmy. Oh, just enough off to confirm on the heavy Tatsu. Sending Sequeli into final round for game number 1. This is winner side Crazy 8's action. That is so criminal. Okay, I'm gonna block this. Then I eat the SPD. Signaling to the stands. Ooh, damn. Hey, nah. That's painful to watch. Why does Battle Up not have an African server? Because we don't exist. Job is real, but Africa is not, doesn't exist. Let me rub salt into that wound quick. The City of the Wolves beta had an African server, and I was getting games in the African server faster than I was getting games in ranked in Street Fighter as a platinum player in a beta. Do with that information what you will. I doubt that the SNK World Championship Tour is gonna come to Africa, but I don't give a fuck because we got the server. Dude, the EU don't even play anyone with connection over 100. Like, I have pretty decent internet, and when I say pretty decent, I mean like my line speed is triple digits. Not 100, not 200, not 300. My line speed is 400 megabits per second. And when I go into EU, I cannot get a game with an MS lower than 120, which is fine for me. I'll play at 120 MS, but people in EU don't want to play. Our developers just ostriches with their head in the sand, completely oblivious to the fact that there's a whole continent that can fit Europe, Japan, and Australia, and Oceania, and all those other small countries that have servers. Like, all those countries can fit into Africa, but we don't have a server. But Africa is populated with fighting game players. Oh, my loyal fans! But I like that Guilty Gear Strive did that. But at the same time, Guilty Gear Strive is a niche game, bro. A mainstream game like Street Fighter needs to do it. Tekken did it because we've got Africa 1, 2, and 3. But guys, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Tekken's netcode, it's not Street Fighter 6 netcode. City of the Wolves, that shit is Street Fighter netcode. And I'm speaking objectively. I'm speaking from a place of I've played all the modern fighting games. I have all the modern fighting games, and I can tell you, the moment you play someone on Wi-Fi, Tekken's connection, oh boy, then anything goes. Our player base isn't too small, Freezy. if you look at the continent of Africa, there's enough people playing games on the continent of Africa to justify at least having a server in the northern half of Africa and in the southern half of Africa, because those two servers will cater to both sides of the continent. The guys in northern Africa, well, let me put it to you this way. The guys in the northernmost part of Africa have the opportunity to play with the EU, so they don't make noise. But the guys in what I'm going to call the southern part of northern Africa, as well as the guys from Central Africa to where we are, we don't have the ability to connect with EU in the same way that they do. And our online experience is going to be cuck for the most part versus the EU, always. But putting a server in two locations like that will change things. Then we're gonna see communities from places that we didn't know existed pop up. Why? Because now there's a server to cater to those people. There's a server in that region where people can connect to and find other people to play games with. Dude, that's what I'm saying, clown. It's not like we don't have capable networks. Like, I think you need like a 6 meg line maximum to play online. I mean, if Twitch, a video streaming platform that streams in 1080p requires you, they will ask you for a 6 meg line to stream. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm ranting. I feel like I'm crashing out right now. I want to crash out. Oh boy, don't. Muzi. The biggest thing holding Africa back is Africa itself, my guy. Someone needs to line their pockets before anything can happen. That is why Africa is being held back, because somebody must make a profit for everybody else to collectively have a better experience. African leaders, my guy, African leaders, the people we've entrusted the future generations of our continent to, are self-serving. We are only concerned with what we can benefit. Murambi, am I playing again? No, Murambi, you are not playing again, my brother. Not so soon. You are going into the losers bracket. So we are going to get Kybron versus Juno up first, then Murambi versus Lyle Mack. Then the winners of that is going to play. Then we're going to get Jabi versus Sequele. And then we'll finish up on the first to three side of things. Refresh. Here we go. I'm well aware of the macro politics holding back Africa as a continent when it comes to internet infrastructure. But China owns most of Africa because of poor deals that African leaders made in favor of their own pockets, bruh. Naruto in chat with the law. Murambi, you must embrace the full power of the dark side, my guy. You can't be a nice guy. The other thing that also holds us back as a continent is accessibility, man. Like, a PlayStation 5 in Africa is a luxury item, bruh. You can't, like, owning a gaming PC these is like back in the days, like in the early 2000s, right? When I got into gaming PCs, like, building a PC was an accessible way to get into gaming because You could build a decent gaming rig for less than the price of a PlayStation 3. Facts. And then with the PlayStation 4, they were sort of neck and neck. You could build a mid gaming rig that was capable for the same price of a PlayStation 4. And now in the modern era, a graphics card alone is the price of a PlayStation 5. And that's like a mid to upper mid tier card. It's not taking into consideration motherboard, RAM, processor case, as well as buying your games. Like a lot of people, the trade-off with console and PC is, with console you need to pay PlayStation Plus on a monthly basis to play online. Yes, when you play Steam, you have free online, 100% correct. But at the same time, the PC market in terms of components and power output, like you build a rig now, in 2 years times your rig is outdated, because for some or other reason developers are pushing graphical fidelity for, like, how much realer do you want pixels to get? Like, I love graphics as much as the next guy, but like at some point we need to draw a line and say like, okay, that shit is cool as fuck. I think that the graphics part of this, like, that's as much as we need to push there, because you keep pushing, and then you're eventually going to push it into a space where it's out of reach. Shout outs Nagori Yuki, my guy. Shout outs Nagori Yuki. That's my man. That's my character. Let me switch these. Man, I like this rust color, Ken. Is that like an EX color or like a base color? Because that shit is nice. My bro, Stains, don't get me wrong, bro. Again, graphics as much as the next, bro. But like at some point we need to be content and say like, my bro, this looks dope. I don't think like visual source can't be the only thing, bruh. And at the end of the day, like, if we're focusing on graphics that much, like, how much budget are we putting into gameplay? And I feel like that's where the Asian devs are cooking, dude. Asian devs are knocking the wind out of the Western devs. Like, if you've been keeping up with Ubisoft and their troubles with Assassin's Creed, you'll know that Ubisoft just got bought out by Tencent. They've divested their IPs into separate branches of business so that those IPs can continue to exist on their own. Like, Ubisoft is bleeding $500 million at a time on a failed game release, and they've dropped thirds for games for like, what, maybe 5 years in a row now. Every time they drop a game, the game doesn't meet the sales expectations because for some or other reason they aren't listening to the people that actually play the games. Meanwhile, the Asian devs are putting out things like Monster Hunter Wilds, Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade, Lies of P, Elden Ring, like, bruh, Street Fighter 6. Like, the Asian devs are on their game, bruh. They are on their shit. They know that they are keeping these budgets for these games tight. I don't know what the development budget for Street Fighter 6 was, but the amount of love, attention, and detail that they put into this game is fucking phenomenal. Look at Joe and Andy in the background. How true to the original Pow Pow Cafe. If you are an SNK enjoyer, you would know. You've got Poison on the backstage with the Mad Gear gang, and then Mary goes on stage. Blue Mary from an SNK game joins Poison to sing in the Pow Pow Cafe, and when you win a round, Joey Gashi just does a random screw the pa. Like, come on, man. Dude, I don't want to smell Mai through the screen. She's been in the fields fighting all day. Maybe she should take a shower before I want to smell her. I mean, her feet are dusty as fuck because she doesn't have any shoes on. She just got thrown into the ground by King twice. She's just absorbing all the dirt from all the foot traffic inside the Pow Pow Cafe. I'd like Mai to take a bath first. Dude, look at Blue, Mary, and Poison just absolutely rocking the fucking crowd in the background. And the Mad Gear gang are just jamming the shit out of the guitars. People are jolling in the background. There's the owner of the Pow Pow Cafe. Just standing casually watching people fuck up his entire venue. He's having a good time. So you're the kind that likes a woman that has a little work done, Freezy Pops. I respect that. Maybe a younger me. What the fuck you mean you only noticed Poison on stage now? Okay, but then again, you guys are so hyper focused on not getting crouch, medium kick, drive rush. You guys don't have time to appreciate the shit in the background. Guy Braun moving on loser's side. Taking that 2-0 over Juno. Juno, my guy, once again, thank you so much for showing up. Shout outs to GFK, shout outs to Juno, shout outs to Juju Bean pulling through for number 27. Crazy 8's. Lyle Mack got knocked down by Jabi. Murambi knocked GFK down. Murambi's just running the JP. Murambi's gonna say this cuck is rigged, me bro. Every time Murambi need to play in Crazy 8, Murambi either play GIFs or he play JPs. And I always say, me bro, I don't make the matches, my guy. The matches makes themselves. I just lam you and talk cuck for 3 hours. Oi! Switch! Like, check this stage, right? The Metro City stage. If you played Final Fight, you'll know that that's the first boss there. The dude that just jumped there, that's now sitting on the car, he's the boss on the first stage, right? Sodom, who's in Street Fighter Alpha, he was the boss for the second stage. The big chunky dude in the alley with his arms folded, they are some of the worst enemies you can play in Final Fight. They chow health. And then these two guys there in the front, the one with the orange body warmer and the green pants, he was just on stage jamming the fuck out inside the Pow Pow Cafe. Look at how smart Capcom are with reusing assets. No cuck Fireblazer, me bro. Week in, week out, me bro. Murambi has to run the JP GIF gauntlet. Oh, nice punish counter. A lot of 8's design says 2P. So 8, because he's like a newer gen character, I'm not as familiar with his lore or where his moveset is derived from. So I'm gonna have to trust you on that one. Wasn't it like Yugo and a Poison clone? It looked like a Yugo and a Poison clone standing in the background. And Yugo and Poison are also from Final Fight. And if you don't know what Final Fight is a classic 90s beat 'em up. And Street Fighter 6 is taking place in the fictional city, where Final Fight happens, Metro City. Oh, I didn't know you meant the Final Fight dudes. I thought you were talking about like some Shadaloo character from Street Fighter 5 that Bison was experimenting on. Because I know that it was like supposed to be his replacement body. Zangief is on some, not Zangief. Bison is on some evil body takeover shit, man, bro. That shit is wild. They might have stolen that plotline from Naruto. With Sasuke and what's that other dude's name? Fuck, I always forget his name. Evil dude, snake guy. Okay, back to the Pow Pow Cafe. I ain't mad. Orochimaru. There we go. There we go. There we go. That Bison Ed relationship was like Orochimaru Sasuke. Yep. I saw that. Those machine gun punches, the flurry punches. Come on, CFN. Hold. Hold. Damn. Was it me? Bison is the OG Epstein who did it off himself. Fucking hell. Bruh, at this point, I think Bison is immortal. Like, they've been trying to kill that bruh since 1991, me bro. Bison is just like, nah, but y'all ain't getting rid of me that easily, bruh. Murambi eliminating Lyle Mack out of number 27 for CRZY 8's, moving on loser's side. So it is going to be Noodles versus Murambi. Does bracket look like so? Yep. Noodles versus Murambi. Then we're gonna dip up winners finals, chat. Let me spectator potato. Mark Su in Mark Su. By the way, chat, I forgot to say this earlier and I'm doing a really bad job of plugging it, but short-term goal for the channel is to reach 500 followers, man. And if you are so inclined, I would really appreciate it if you sub to the channel and show your support, man. Trying to grow the channel. Every little bit helps because I put it right back into making the channel better. Like, that's one of my goals for 2025. I want to hit 500 followers on the channel, so please share the streams with your family, your ex-girlfriend, your baby mama when you go to maintenance court, when you have a disciplinary hearing. Just like squeeze it in there, like, by the way, this is really cool fighting game stream you need to check out on a weekly basis. You get your weekly dose of philosophy, politics, religion, kakpraat, South African state of the nation. We out here for the community, man. We educating the youth. We being great fathers. We appreciating and loving our wives. It's a wholesome show. Oi. And you get to see the dopest people in the Southern African fighting game scene slug it out on a weekly basis, man. What's not to love? And I'm kinda nice at fighting games. And I'm just a duidelijke bra. That has to be the most frustrating sequence of interactions in modern fighting games, bruh. When you get throw looped to the point of frustration where you ask yourself, am I just gonna sit here and take this? I'm a grown man. I don't have to take this. And then you do some wild shit on wake up and you end up dying anyway, and then you just feel like a dwarf for the next 15 minutes. questioning all your life decisions. Like if I just woke up and quick rised in that situation, maybe I didn't have to take the throw. Shit, was that you? Baby Fire, I'm sorry, bruh. I was just out there having fun, my guy. Kyber on game number 1 still loses side for. What the fuck was that? 2? Damn! Oh wait, is Murambi switching to Ken? There's one fire? My bro, I apologize, bruh. I apologize. You are the singular flame in the South African FGC. You lost. Fucking hell. I was talking so much kak Murambi, I didn't even notice that Kybron got your ass. Okay, let me actually update this bracket properly, because I was in the middle of doing that and then I started talking kak. So that was 2-0. Wait, Jabi! Don't start! Don't start, we must change the lobby. We must change the settings to first to 3, you can't play it. View room settings. 1 over. 3. Save. This brasa. Okay, now you're gonna watch Speed Fighter 6 for like a few interactions. Winners, finals. Okay, there we go. We caught up. Dude said fuck the blazer part. You see, that's the thing, bruh. That's the thing, Fire. I was expecting the blazer. I saw Fire and I was like, nah, that's not my dog. There's no 420 in that shit. But Fire, what was your experience with City of the Wolves, man? Jeez. Okay. The champ is here. Thanks, Freezy. That's what I thought you'd say, my guy. Naruto. I don't know if you locked into City of the Wolves yet, my bro, but that game is fucking... Yara, bruh. I don't think... Jabi just spamming crack shoot every time Sequoia tries to grab. That shit is hella funny. Bruh, dude, I enjoyed every single minute of that beta, bro. I played that game broken, me, bro. And my character isn't even in the beta, bro. I just had so much fun playing Jenny. Preach! Fire, preach! Preach! Yeah, Jabi's just showing off now, eh? Jabi's on that. Okay, now I'ma fuck your shit up, cause now we gonna fuck up tonight. We getting fucked up tonight. Oof. Sequoia finally lands a throw. Oof. Talk about landing throws. His own one now. Manages to take a round. Damn, that punch is active. Ooh. CRZY not being deterred here.
Your downfall, Famo.
Like DP is invincible. Are we talking about City of the Wolves or are we talking about CRZY? Not gonna lie, Naruto, I was laying the hammer down myself, bruh. Yeah, nah, City of the Wolves is lit, bro. Oh, CRZY got the OS, man. That's a quick 3-0. CRZY trying to get back to the wife. CRZY just like, nope. I'm trying to see the wife before 10 o'clock tonight. Let me clean up these cats real quick. I ain't trying to be out here like that. Man, 3-0, bruh. CRZY Murala. Yep. Like the pace that he was playing at in that match, but I don't think like CRZY had a moment to adapt. Like CRZY wasn't able to adjust anything that he was doing because he was just like in CRZY's face the entire time. CRZY trying to keep Kyberon locked down. It was CRZY using Kyberon to losers. Okay, manages to get the first round on the board. Oh, CRZY not blocking on wake up. Just taking heat. Oh, again! Man, Kyberon taking a page out of CRZY's book right now, bruh. Perfect KO. I don't like what y'all doing to my boy CRZY though. Y'all just out here nasty. Okay, we start checking in neutral. Nice punish. Okay, CRZY trying to check these shimmy interactions here with Kyberon, but finds a hit back in the corner, back where we left off in game number 1. CRZY not blocking and work, not respecting this scammy pressure, and they say this character was nerfed. Oh, nice take on the throw. If at first you don't succeed, throw and throw again. Okay, Wishaming juggling for position. CRZY in burnout. Scary place to be with a character with high mobility like Cammy. Oh, nice. Almost through. Okay, CRZY not scared of interacting. Has to be wary of the drive impact. Now he's gonna eat a full combo. Cammy has full drive bar. Spend that money, honey. Cash out. Ding, 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 ding. Cash out.
Cammy wins.
That's 2 games, bruh. 2 games. Smoked CRZY like a pack of 20s. He just keep on smoking. Chat, who do you think is the guy in the test tube at the back of the stage? Because we know that Bison's out. We know that Ed is out. Another perfect? Like, I don't know, man. That looks like Sagat to me. Like Sagat is being preserved in cryostasis. That physique when you look from this angle. That looks like the Tiger King himself. Like if you look between the damaged wires, they just had lab rats. Bruh. Dan Hibiki. Not gonna lie, bruh. Evil Dan will go hard. That's some shit I'd like to see. Speaking of some shit I'd like to see, I'd like to know what the fuck Capcom are keeping under tight wraps as far as this game is concerned. Like Elena comes out like what, in a month or 2? We still haven't seen a full trailer, moveset, nothing. Ed and Vega wasn't in there. I feel like we need to get a Balrog, Vega and Sagat announcement. That will send this game into overdrive. Ooh. If they want to lock in pre-orders for their next season, do a trailer with the 4 Kings. But if they are gonna stick to the 4 character release cycle again for season 3, Kybron just absolutely clean. This man had the Sunlight Liquid Neutral on lock, chat. Earns himself a spot in Grand Finals versus the big dog. Some may say the Gatekeeper, the Kennel Master, the one above all. Hijatos. Lock it in, chat. Grand Finals, Crazy 8's number 27. Jabi, Goliath Gaming's own versus Kybron. Makoto will go hard? I think so too. I've never played World Tour mode, Clown Prince. I had big plans for World Tour mode when the game came out, but I streamed this game way too much. And when I'm not streaming this game, I'm playing Souls-likes and other JRPGs. They take a fuck ton of time to get through. And when City of the Wolves drop, it's gonna be Street Fighter 6, City of the Wolves, and my ever-growing collection of third-person action in games and RPGs. Not to mention that there's Lies of P DLC coming this year, and I'm at the final boss for my 3rd playthrough. Damn! Okay, Jabi in the corner now. No drive, but one touchy. Cabron looking for an opening. Ooh. I was curious if he was gonna test Jabi's reactions there for the level 1 Buster Wolf, because he definitely had the spacing trap. But then the actions, mine. Keep in mind that you only use Japan's names. Me too, bruh. I cannot play a game from Asia in English. It just feels like I'm watching a dubbed version of an anime, and that feels filthy to me. Oh, dash up, crouch, medium punch, crack shoot. Like, I've never started it. I'm sure no the three kings names. What? They don't know how to do Makoto's drive rush and normal dash. Dude, I've seen and heard horror stories of Makoto in Third Strike. Like, she's one of the most technically high skilled, high ceiling skilled characters. And if you play her right, like, your opponent has a hella hard time. And I'm 100% in agreement with you that they don't know how to balance the fact that if they give her tools to get in, she just becomes ridiculous to deal with. And I mean, throws in this game are already so strong. Now you give a character like Makoto mobility, oh boy. So if I'm reading between the lines of what you're saying here, Clown Prince, you're saying that when you completed World Tour mode for Bison, the names for Balrog, Vega, and Sagat was in there. And from what I also understand is that they had full voice lines, right? Which means that if they have voice lines for those characters in the game, they more than likely have plans for those characters to add to the roster at some point. From what I understand, she did have a TOD in Naruto. Third Stack wasn't really a game that I was super into, only because you couldn't find it on the Cape Flats. It was easier to find King of Fighters cabinets or SNK cabinets. Woo! Jabi with a Hail Mary, but prayed to the wrong god. Kybron locking in the god of punishment. Okay, he has no meat and now needs to hold all of that. Kybron puts up a game. Needs to go 3 games to reset the bracket, and then another 3 if he wants to close it out. She had a TOD on Akuma, but I feel like everyone has a TOD on Akuma because he's a low health character. No, I'm just talking cut, man. Like, I know Akuma's low health, not everybody can TOD him, but still, getting TOD'd is never fun, man. I feel like that when I play Nagori Yuki in Guilty Gear Strive, like, my ass can get TOD'd anytime I have 2 blood bars. That's when I need to play cautious. My cat just came home and let me know that he's hungry. And he's not gonna stop meowing. Okay, I hear you, Clown Prince, I hear you. So Balrog and Vega are in the game. Alright. I ain't mad about that. Okay, Jabi trying to close out game number 2 here. Needs to find a confirm. He's looking for a confirmation like Apostolics at a Sunday service and finds the hit. He needs Jabi 2 games. 0. My cats generally occupy the entertainment area or the couches downstairs. Our latest fur baby, she's very attached to my wife, so she'll sneak into our room at night and lay at our feet. But the one that just came in and's meowing, it's a Rolling Stone. If I see him 2 or 3 times in a day, then that's a lot. And it's not because he's black. Guy, bro, I'm trying to stay alive here. What? Oh, woof on the rising tackle into the corner. OD rising tackle. Yeah. My boy cat is like that. Junior's like that. Junior sleeps wherever he feels like this is my bed for the night. He doesn't have like a permanent place where he'll just go and make himself comfortable. The new one though, she's like that. It's either the 2-seater couch or wherever my wife is. Jabby not trying to go 2 for 2 up against Skybron here. Ooh. Skybron with the raw level 3. Okay, needs to find the path to victory though. Jabby does have CA stacked, so he can find a stray hit. He can convert into a Rising Fang. Man, what I say. Is it enough? No. Oh, he gets the drive bar back just in time. Squeezes through. With a heavy burn, Knuckle causes the stagger into the jab 1-2. Closes out the set, man. And just like that, Jabby taking Crazy 8's number 27. Jabs loves those checkmate situations, bruh. That's what you need to do in this game, bro. You need to apply pressure to the point where you give your opponent no option but to respect your shit. And Jabby has done an excellent job of setting up those situations, man. Not only the most experienced player, but also the hardest working in our community, man. That man stay labbing. So, damn, none of the local homies are streaming. Alright, so chat, GG's to everyone who showed up this evening. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Shot for the 8 stick. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. I need to check with Will if his stick is fixed, because he needs to defend the dungeon, but he can't defend with a broken stick. So I might ask him if he's going to forfeit or not, because I think like it's been 2 weeks. But let me check in with him with regards to that, and maybe we see each other tomorrow night for another version of the dungeon. Maybe we have a new champ, maybe we don't. We'll sort out that admin in the new day, but like I said, I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all have a liquor rest of your evening for your Tuesday night, and we'll be back on your screens sooner than later. Please do turn on the notification button so that you get notifications when we go live. Also, We are trying to get to 500 followers for the channel. I want the channel to grow so that we can start doing collaborations and shit, because like whenever I look at partnering with people to do like cool shit, they always look at my follower count and they're like, you don't have the numbers and shit like that. So please like, please follow, please share, please tell a friend, and if you are by the means, please support the channel, man. A sub goes a long way to making the stream better. That shit goes right back into equipment so that we can make your viewing experience better. But that is it from me. I'm done rambling. You guys have a lekker night further. Peace!